I am discussing the structures of page table once again, right? As we got so many network issues and I am unable to show you on whiteboard, right, how the structuring can be done. So today I will show you once again, I'll explain you the structures of page table. Then we will see the page replacement algorithms. The demand paging also I will show you, not a problem, right? So let's start with the structures of page table, guys. Yeah. Yes. So in the last class, we discussed about this calculating the effective access time is clear, right? So what do you mean by this effective access time? It is nothing but the total of hit ratio and the miss ratio, right? So here, if you see, once again, I'll explain you. You don't. So what do you mean by this effective time is? Yes. So this effective time is equal to total hit ratio plus miss ratio, right? So I told you the hit ratio is 80%. That means if there are 100 pages in the TLB, translation look aside buffer, right? That means here the hit ratio means among 180 pages, if you are searching for 100 pages, among 80 will be found in the TLB and 20 will not be found. Then what you have to do is you have to go to the page table to get back the pages into the TLB, right? So this is miss ratio and this is hit ratio. And I told you 100 nanoseconds is the time taken for the memory access. So the total effective time can be calculated like this: 100 into 0.8 plus 200 into 0.2. What do you mean by this 200? Why? Because if it is not there in the TLB, you require two memory accesses, one for the page table and another one for the actual physical memory, right? So that is the reason I have written 200 for the miss ratio. So totally you will get the effective time as 120 nanoseconds. So this is the example I discussed for the this effective access time. Now, memory protection. So how the memory protection can be provided for the paging by having a bit in the page table. That bit is validation bit. So that bit will be represented as valid or invalid. So when a CPU is generating the address, the logical address, based on the page number, right, it will be verified whether it is a valid or not. So if the CPU is asking for a valid page, it will be returned with the trap message, that is error message or fatal error message, whatever, right? If it is valid, then it will give the access to the actual memory location. But what is the problem here? Because even though you require 4.5 pages, you will be giving total 5 pages to the process. So here the example was given like this. Here your program size is 10,468 bits. But even though you are allocating 12,287 bits because it requires 6 pages for this program, right? So if the CPU is asking for the memory which is there in page 5 and with the offset, if it is asking for the address in between this 10,468 to 12,287, let's consider it is asking for address something like 11,500, But because it is there in the page 5, it will be treated as valid. But even though this exact memory location is invalid memory location for that process, so that is the drawback. So for that, what we are doing is we will be maintaining, what is the solution for this is we'll be maintaining the page table length in page table length register, and here two-way verification can be done. Once it found it as valid here, and then the operating system will be calculating the actual logical address. If that address is valid, then only that will be given access to the process. Otherwise, again, at the second validation, at the second time when you are verifying with the operating system, there it will be treated as invalid and a trap message will be returned, right? Now coming to the next point, shared pages. Shared pages means, see, what is the advantage with this paging is you can share some pages with the other processes also. So what can be kept in the shared pages is the which is reusable code or retrant code. Retrant code means what? At a time, more than one person can get access to that. Examples are like you have editors, compilers, like that, right? So that kind of code you can keep in a separate pages, and you can share those pages with multiple processes. Along with the shared pages, each process will have their own code and data. Now for that, they will be maintaining the private pages, right? So here the example was given like this. Here the three processes are getting executed. All the three processes require the same editor, text editor. Because the text editor code is retrant code, you can share with multiple processes at the same time. So that is the reason this was kept in the shared pages. So here 3, 4, 6 are the shared pages. That means here the three processes, the multiple process can be getting access to the same location. Right, 3, 4, 6 are the shared pages, and 1, 2, 7, these are the private pages for the corresponding processes. Page 1 is for process 1, page 2 is for process 3, page 7 is for process 2. That way they have their own data. So here you are saving so much of memory space by making use of this shared pages. Why? Because if you are running three processes, you should have the three copies of the editor actually. But here, because we are using the shared pages concept, you are having only one copy, and this copy is being shared by the multiple processes. That is about the shared pages concept. And coming to the structure of page table, as I told you, we have three structures: hierarchical paging, hashed page tables, and inverted page tables, right? Guys, up to this it is clear? How the protection can be given, and then what do you mean by shared pages? You got it? Shall I continue with the next topic, ma? Are you following me? Yeah, okay, fine. So let's continue with the structures of page table, right? So as I told you, we have three structures. One is hierarchical, the second one is hashed, and third one is inverted. So what do you mean by this hierarchical page table is, let's consider, if you see the modern operating systems are supporting the address, the larger logical address space. That means let's consider nowadays all the systems are supporting your 32-bit and 64-bit addresses. Yes or no? So if the system is supporting 32-bit addresses, you can have the logical memory space up to 2 power 32 bits. So this much of logical space you can create. When the logical space is creating, definitely you will have multiple partitions. When there are multiple partitions, definitely the page numbers will increase. When the page numbers are increasing, the page table size will get increased. That means the entries in the page table will get increased, right? So if you take, you will be having billions of entries in the page table practically, if you see. So among this, to search for a particular page, it takes so much of time. So let's consider the CPU is generating some address. That address will have two things. One is page number, the other one is offset. So based on the page number, this page number will be checked by taking as the index in the page table. When they are searching for the page table, let's consider there are n number of entries. There are so many entries in that. If you are applying the basic linear search, and if you have the required page at some n minus 2 location or somewhere like this, that means these many entries it has to search to get the data, to get the information about that particular page number, right? It takes so much of time. So to avoid that, what we are doing is we are using hierarchical page table structure. What do you mean by this hierarchical is, instead of only one level, you are having two levels of page table representations, right? So if you see the diagram, it looks like that. So this is your outer page, and this is your actual page table, and this is your physical memory. You're getting me, guys? This outer page will work as the index. Best example, you have a textbook, if right, and consider this textbook is not having any index page. You want to search for a topic. There, how you do? You have to search all the pages to get the required topic, no, right? But if you have the index, there you can easily find in which unit your topic is there, so that you can easily go to the topic and you can refer to that topic what you are looking for, right? You're getting me, guys? So how this can be implemented here is, if you see here, yeah, see, a logical address is 32-bit machine he was taken, right? Here he has taken example as your page number is consisting of 22 bits and a page offset is consisting of 10 bits. So here he was given this example, but in your textbook, as I told you, there is an operating system which is making use of this hierarchical paging. What is that, guys? In the last class I mentioned, right? What is the mini computer that is making use of this two level hierarchical paging technique? I told you to make a note of that, right? What is that computer, guys? Yes, very good. It is VAX mini computer, which uses the paging technique, which is similar to this two-level hierarchical paging, right? So that I will take as example, and I'll try to explain you how the hierarchical paging can be done. Okay. Yes. So take the VAX computer, VAX mini computer, which was 1977 to 2000, between like that, right? Here, this it supports the 32-bit address, man. It supports 32-bit addressing, so you will get 2 power 32, right? So here, when you are representing the address, when the CPU is generating the address, remember this is 32-bit address, right? Among this 32 bits, 20 bits it uses to represent the page number and 12 bits to represent the offset. You're getting me, guys? As I told you, n bits for offset and m minus n bits for this page table, right? A page number representation. So in this case, if I am using hierarchical paging, this page number will be divided into two sessions. That means, and when I'm using this hierarchical paging, the CPU generated address is divided into three tuples. You will be having P1, P2, and P. This is offset. You can call it as D or whatever offset value, right? So how I am dividing is, first 10 bits are representing your outer page table, the next page table 10 bits are representing the inner page table, and this is the next 12 bits are representing the offset, right? So how this can be done is, you will be having the outer page will have the entries. So, and then for each entry in your actual page table, it will be having the entries like this. For each entry, it is again having the set of entries in the actual page table this way, right? So to make you understand better, instead of 10 bits, I will take you only 3 bits and I'll show you how they will be mapped, right? How they will be mapped. I'll show you with the example by taking only 3 bits, right? 1 second, guys. One second, ma. One second, right? So see, you will get like how they will be, you will get it out like how they will be mapped, right? So see, I'm taking with simple example, 3 bits అనుకుందాం, right? So 3 bits అంటే రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఎలా ఉంటుందమ్మా, 000 to 111, and ఇక్కడ చూడ 3 bits అంటే ఏంటంటే 000 to 111. So how they will be mapped here is, so the first entry will have 000 ma, right? And this entry is mapped with some set of entries which are from 000 to 111. అంటే ఏంటంటే the it will have the entry to the page numbers starting from 0000000 to 000111. This first entry will have. So if you take this as 001, it will have the reference to 0010002 001111 like that. And the last వచ్చేసి 111 అనుకుందాం అనుకోండి, 111000 to 111111. So this set of entries will having the mapping with this. So this is how your entries will be mapped. So ikkada ee match ayindi kadamma, this 000000, this ante page number 0, it will have the mapping somewhere in the physical memory. ఈ 0 పేజ్ నెంబర్ ఒక 6 ఫ్రేమ్ లో ఉందనుకుందాం. సో అట్ ద ఫ్రేమ్ నెంబర్ 6 యువర్ పేజ్ 0 విల్ బి మ్యాప్డ్. ఇప్పుడు 000111, which means what? 841. So 4 5 6 7. So the seventh page will be having the reference somewhere in the frame 2 అనుకున్నాం. So frame 2 లో 7th page. That way they will be stored by making use of this hierarchical paging, right? సో ఇక్కడ మీకు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎలా తీసుకున్నాడంటే, ఇక్కడ 12 bits 10 bits 10 bits తీసుకున్నాడు. మీకు టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇస్ దేర్ లైక్ 10 10 12 కాబట్టి ఐ వాస్ టేకెన్ దట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, రైట్? డోంట్ గెట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్, ఓన్లీ ద నంబర్ చేంజ్డ్ అంతే. ఇక్కడ ఇది వాట్ ఎవర్ ఐ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్డ్ యూ జస్ట్ నౌ, దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ లుక్స్ లైక్ దిస్. outer page, inner page, ప్రతి outer page ఎంట్రీకి ఒక సెట్ ఆఫ్ పేజ్ నంబర్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దిస్ ఫైనల్, ఈ రెండింటిని కలిపితే వచ్చిన వాల్యూ తోటి ఇట్ విల్ రిప్రజెంట్ సమ్ పేజ్ నంబర్ నో, దట్ పేజ్ నంబర్ ఎంట్రీ విల్ బి మ్యాప్డ్ టు ది ఫిజికల్ మెమరీ. దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ, రైట్? చూడండి, it will represent two things, no? P1, P2 and P. P1 is the inner page, outer page table. Outer page table లో ఒక ఎంట్రీ ఇది 000 అనుకుంటే ఫస్ట్ ఇట్ విల్ గో టు 000, అండ్ P2 011 ఉంది అనుకుంటే ఈ 000 లో మళ్ళీ ఇట్ విల్ స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ 000 టు 111. సో ఈ 000 లో 011 లొకేషన్ మనకు కావాలి. సో ఇట్ విల్ గెట్ P1 P2 ప్లస్ ఇట్ విల్ బి యాడెడ్ విత్ ది ఆఫ్సెట్. మళ్ళీ ఆ పర్టికులర్ అడ్రస్ లో ఎంత ఆఫ్సెట్ యాడ్ చేయాలి, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ ఇట్ విల్ బి గెటింగ్ ది ఎగ్జాక్ట్ మెమరీ లొకేషన్. యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ మీ గైస్, రైట్? Clear for you all? So ఇక్కడ మనకి again మళ్ళీ if the number of entries in the page table is increasing, definitely మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ inner page ఉంది కదండి, this inner page size may increase. అప్పుడు మళ్ళీ this can be further divided. That means you can have any levels. ఇక్కడ 2 లెవెల్ చెప్పాను, యూ కెన్ హ్యావ్ 3 levels ఆల్సో. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, మీకు ఇక్కడ 52 bits are representing the page number. Then I can break this. ఇక్కడ second outer, ఇది outer, inner, like this I can break up to so many levels, right? To make the searching very easier, right? So that is all about your hierarchical paging, guys. It is clear for you all now? Yes or no? Do let me know, guys, is it clear for you all, the hierarchical paging? Yes? Can I move to the next one? Hashing. Yeah. So if you see the hashing, very simple one. I'll draw and show you. PPT pakan pettandi. I'll draw and show you. Very simple. See how the hashing can be implemented is, see, you are storing the page numbers in the hash table, in the hash table. So hash table will have the entries. So manamu whenever you are having a page, so how to, means in which entry of this hash table you are going to store the page number, based on the hashing function. You will apply some hashing. ఇక్కడ హ్యాషింగ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే you will be performing simple kind of operation, right? When the CPU is generating some address, when the CPU is generating some address, ఇక్కడ page number ఉంది. On the page number, the hashing will be applied based on the result of the hashing. అంటే ఇక్కడ reminder ఎంత వస్తుంది? Based on the reminder you are getting with the mod function, right? Reminder. ఇప్పుడు మనకి let's consider I am representing the page number in 10 bits. ఈ 10 bits తోటి you will get the numbers like 000 up. ఇట్లా 10 నుంచి you will get the addresses up to 2 power 10. -1 addresses అనుకుందాం, 0 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతాయి కాబట్టి. సో దీస్ మెనీ అడ్రసెస్ ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్ అండ్ mod 9 ఏదో అనుకుందాం. సో ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ పర్ఫార్మింగ్ mod 9 ఫర్ దాట్, there are so many means there is a possibility that for more than one page numbers I will get the same reminder value, right? ఇక్కడ మనకి రిమైండర్ 1 వచ్చింది అనుకుందాం, రిమైండర్ 1 వచ్చినవన్నీ కూడా ఐ విల్ స్టోర్ ఇన్ ఎంట్రీ 1, రిమైండర్ 2 వచ్చినవి ఇక్కడ, రిమైండర్ 3 లైక్ దిస్ ఐఎమ్ స్టోరింగ్. సో ఫస్ట్ ఒక పేజ్ నెంబర్ ఉంది, ఐ గాట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ రిమైండర్ 1, దెన్ వాట్ ఇట్ డూ ఇస్ ఐ విల్ బి స్టోరింగ్ ఇన్ ది ఫస్ట్ ఎంట్రీ. ఇక్కడ ఎంట్రీలో ఎలా ఉంటుంది అంటే ఇట్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఇట్స్ పేజ్ నంబర్ అండ్ ఇట్స్ కరెస్పాండింగ్ ఫ్రేమ్ నంబర్ అండ్ ద లింక్ pointed to the next location, and it will be stored as the linked list ma. Endukante next time for the second page, for some other page I am getting the same reminder value, I should keep it here, and our page ఏ frame lo పెడుతున్నామో the frame number and linked to this. Like this I can have any number of entries, I can have any number of entries in the linked list here. You are getting me, guys? Yes or no? So that way the heap, that way this hash table will be filled. You are getting me, guys? That way your hash table will be filled. Now, whenever the CPU is generating the logical address based on the page number, after applying the hashing, based on the resultant value in the hash table, at what location your page is stored, it will be identified. It will be identified. So it will go to that location, and from there it will check the elements. If you are getting the result, if you are getting the page number you are searching for in the first entry, it is okay. Directly its frame number will be taken, and from there the offset will be added to this, right? The offset will be added to this frame number, and which will get the reference to your main memory, right? Now, by making use of the pointer, you will be searching in the linked list. If it found in the linked list, it is valid. Found avaled anukondi, then it will be returned with invalid address with a trap message. With a trap message, this is how your yes. So the hashed page table will work like this now. Whenever the CPU is generating the address, hash function apply అవుతుంది based on the resultant. అందులో in the linked list you will be sorting. సో ఎక్కడైతే పేజ్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ అయింది అనుకోండి, దాని పర్టికులర్ ఫ్రేమ్ నంబర్ తీసుకొని ఆఫ్సెట్ విల్ బి యాడెడ్ అండ్ యూ విల్ బి గెటింగ్ ది ఎగ్జాక్ట్ మెమరీ లొకేషన్. సో ఈ లింక్ లిస్ట్ మొత్తంలో కూడా యూ ఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు ఫైండ్ దట్ పేజ్ నెంబర్ అంటే ఏంటంటే దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు దట్ పర్టికులర్ ప్రాసెస్. ఇట్ విల్ బి రిటర్న్ విత్ ది ట్రాప్డ్ మెసేజ్, right? This is how your hash table will work, right? So where we are going to use this hashing is actually where the address space is more than 32 bits, right? More than 32 bits, right? So you have a variation of this hashed page table ma. You have clustered page table, right? So ikkada entante ikkada chudandi manam for each entry will have only one page number, no? Instead for each entry will have a set of page numbers in the clustered paging technique, right? That will be used in sparse addressing, right? So that point you can remember. Anyway, when you are reading the theory or the notes, you will be getting the points, right? Now coming to this inverted hashing is clear, guys? Please respond. Hashing is clear for you all? Please respond so that I can Yes, only Shravya is responding. What happened to the others? Why Jahnavi is so silent? May I know the reason for that? These days she is very silent. Jahnavi, are you okay, ma? This Dhanraj also, sorry, Dhanraj kaadu, Dharan Tej, he used to respond regularly, 7F. He is not doing. Rohit is also there, I think. Rohit కూడా ఉండాలి. ఏమైందమ్మా మీ అందరికి? మిగతా వాళ్ళని చూసి మీరు కూడా నేర్చుకుంటున్నారా? క్లాస్లో రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వ. I'm not dealing well these days, ma'am. I am attending the classes. Okay, okay, ma Jahnavi. Not a problem, but I just want to know why you are so silent. Normally, you are so responsive in the classroom. No? Yeah, Dharantej, 7F. Please respond with the reason why you are not responding in the class. What is the problem? Padma Surya Teja అంటాడు. అది కూడా మీ క్లాసే కదా? That boy also I am not seeing in play. Why? See, విన్నర్ వాళ్ళని ఎలాగో విన్నర్ వాళ్ళని వదిలేస్తామమ్మా. At least we bother about the people who are actually listening to the class. That is the reason I am mentioning you. Don't take me wrong. Shall I continue with the next topic? Inverted page table. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, fine. Coming to this inverted page table, what is the idea behind this inverted page table is, Seema, we all know modern computer supports multi-processing and multiple programs can execute at the same time. So when the multiple programs are getting executed, for each process you should maintain a separate page table, and you all know where this page table will be stored, in the main memory only. In the main memory only. So main memory lone you have some space where the page tables will be stored, right? Where the page tables will be stored, and the remaining is divided into frames. అందులో the page numbers, your actual page content will be stored in these frames, right? But what is the drawback with this is, when the page tables are increasing, that means you are wasting so much of space for storing the page table, and what this page table will contain, how the remaining pages are maintained. You are getting me, guys? You are wasting, see, ikkada point untundi, you can read that. Yes, inverted page table. Yes. So here chudandi, with the information about the ikkada leda entry decreases the memory needed to store each page table. Okay, I'll tell you. Right. I'll tell you what we are doing is, we are wasting so much of space, right? It will have information about how the remaining pages are maintained. అవునా కదా? పేజ్ టేబుల్ లో ఏముంటాయమ్మా, ఈ పేజ్ టేబుల్ లో ప్రతి పేజ్ ఏ ఫ్రేమ్ లో స్టోర్ అయ్యిందనే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉంటుంది, రైట్? సో టు అవాయిడ్ దిస్, వాట్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఇస్, విత్ ది ఇన్వర్టెడ్ పేజ్ టేబుల్ కాన్సెప్ట్, ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ హ్యావింగ్ మల్టిపుల్ పేజ్ టేబుల్స్, యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ వన్ పేజ్ టేబుల్. మొత్తం అన్ని ప్రాసెసెస్ కి కలిపి ఒకటే పేజ్ టేబుల్ ఉంటుంది, రైట్? హౌ దిస్ పేజ్ టేబుల్ విల్ బి మెయింటైన్డ్ ఇస్, ఇట్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ద పేజ్ నంబర్, its corresponding frame number, along with which process is making use of it, along with the information which process is making use of it, right? So if you read the points here, you can understand. You will have only one entry for each real page on the memory. So memory lo unna prati page ki oke oka entry untundi, right? And entry consisting of virtual addresses, it consisting of virtual addresses of the page stored in the real memory, with information about the process that owns that page. A page a process ki belong ayyundi, right? That information we will be having. So with this, it decreases the memory needed to store each page table. But But what is the limitation here is because you are having only one table for all the processes, definitely the number of entries in the page table will be increased. So searching time requires you require more searching time even though you decrease the memory requirement. So for that what we are doing is you are using the hash table to limit the search to one or at most a few page table entries. ఇక్కడ మనం ఏంటంటే along with inverted page table you are using a hash table concept so to make the searching easier. అంతే కదా, hash table ఎలా ఉంటాయి based on the mod prati entry. So when you get that entry, definitely based on that entry you are reducing the searching time. So how this can be implemented here, if you can see, you have the CPU is generating the address. When the CPU is generating the address, it should mention those three things ma: process id, it should mention the process id, page number and the offset. So based on the process id it will be searched in the page table, and it will be checked with the page number if the page number is available or not. Yes, if available, then you take the particular frame number there. That frame number is added with the offset to get the actual memory location, right? So this is how your inverted page table concept will work. So you have some limitations with this inverted page table ఏంటండి, it decreases the memory, but even though it require more searching time, it require more searching time, right? So that is all about this page table concepts. Guys, I will take a 2 minutes break. I'll have some water and come. So then we can move to the demand paging, then page replacement algorithms. Demand paging ఎక్కువ టైం తీసుకోరమ్మా. I'll try to explain you as fast as possible. అది మీకు మళ్ళీ కావాలా, because that is only theory topic. I already explained. You want me to repeat it? Yeah, I will show you. Guys, do let me know this demand paging concept, once again you want me to repeat it, or because it is only theory concept it is okay, because I already explained in the last class. If you say I will repeat, otherwise it is okay. That depends on how you decide. డిమాండ్ పేజింగ్ వర్చువల్ మెమరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేయాలా? లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో చెప్పాను, అది థియరీ టాపికే కాబట్టి is it okay for you if I don't repeat it again? I can directly go to page replacement algorithms. Continue means in what way, Jahnavi? Page replacement algorithms కి వెళ్ళిపోనా, లేకపోతే you want me to teach this virtual memory management also? Yes, Anil, I will repeat, but take a break. At 11:45 I will start. Okay. Okay, ma. So we are done with one part of your unit 4. Second part is very small only, which will discuss about the virtual memory management. I'll tell you what is the basic concept of virtual memory management is. It allows you to run the programs which are bigger than the main memory. Normally what happens, if you want to execute a program, you're supposed to load that program into the main memory. Now here the case is, because nowadays you can able to run bigger programs కూడా పెద్ద పెద్ద ఉంటాయి, right? And supercomputers you have with very fast execution, right? So but consider you have the limited main memory, so there it is not possible to load the entire program. It is not possible to load entire program. So here what we are doing is, by making use of demand paging or demand segmentation, whatever, paging కావచ్చు, segmentation కావచ్చు, but our concentration is on demand paging only. With the demand paging, what we are doing is, we are not loading the program into the main memory until unless that is demanded. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ మనం ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలి. When we are executing the program, we are not loading anything that related to that program into the main memory. Initially we are not loading anything, but when the CPU is generating the address, for that, it is asking for a page. with the demand page, right? It is asking for a page. Page number generate చేస్తుంది. If that page is not available, normal గా available ఉండదు initial గా. When that is not available, it is called, that situation is called page fault. When the CPU is asking for some address, then if that address is not there, that page, particular page is not there in the main memory, that is called page fault. So a page fault will be created. Page fault create అయిన తర్వాత it has to be verified whether it is actually invalid or that particular page is not available in the main memory. అది కూడా మనం find out చేసిన తర్వాత then that particular page will be loaded into the main memory. ఇక్కడ లోడింగ్ దానికి మనం బ్యాకింగ్ స్టోర్ ఉండదు. Previous గా మనం swap in swap out ki will be having a backing store, but here directly from the disk, from the secondary memory, those pages will be loaded into the main memory. So this virtual memory concept, how it can be implemented is by having the large logical address space that I will show you now. Yes, so here we may concentrate on this demand paging, copy on write, and page replacement, right? Allocation of frames we will see. The remaining things we will not be considering. Now coming to this. Yes, what do you mean by this virtual memory is, it is the separation of user's logical memory, right, from physical memory. Manaki physical memory enta unnadi, irrespective of that how much physical memory is available, you are maintaining a bigger logical memory, right? So that means only part of program needed to be in the main memory for the execution. Logical address can therefore be much larger than the physical address space. The same points I told you. Allows address spaces to be shared by several processes. If address space several processes can make use of it, so that you can allow for more efficient process creation, right? It means because you have larger logical address space, it can accommodate multiple processes. అంటే ఇక్కడ నువ్వు the degree of multi-programming also will increase, and you can utilize the CPU more properly. Why? Because CPU nowadays you have very faster CPUs, very efficient CPUs, so you have to make use of them properly. So if you are using this virtual memory concept, because it can accommodate so many processes in the logical address space, you can able to execute so many programs at the same time. So that means CPU utilization will be more. So how you are going to implement this is by making use of demand paging and demand segmentation. So manam paging go chustamamma, segmentation we are not discussing, but it is similar to the paging only. Ikkada kaakapothe entante the segment sizes are not same. Paging lo koche varaku the page sizes are more equal. The page sizes, all the page sizes are equal. So this is how it can be implemented. If you can see this diagram. Yes, student, this is the virtual memory. Virtual memory size can be bigger. Why? Because ఇది మనం లాజికల్ గా క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం. వర్చువల్ మెమరీ పేరులోనే ఉంది వర్చువల్ మెమరీ అని. యు ఆర్ క్రియేటింగ్ ఏ మెమరీ స్పేస్ వర్చువల్లీ, రైట్? యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ మీ గైస్, రైట్? మన హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లో ఒక పార్ట్, it's a part we are creating it as virtual memory అనుకుంటే, then it will have all the ready programs, ready to be executed programs, right? So virtual address space ఎక్కువ ఉంది కాబట్టి it can accommodate 64 bit అనుకుందాం, 0 to 2 power 64 pages it can accommodate, right? And whenever means how they can be mapped is by making use of the page table. So e page numbers a frame number lo store ayi unnayi, right? So if the CPU is asking for a particular page, first it will be checked in the page table, that is valid or invalid or available or not. Available undanukondi, direct you can get it from the main memory lo exact location ko vachi instruction can be fetched. If not there, go to the disk. From there you load the page into the main memory. After loading, make the changes to the page table, update it. Page table ni ఏ frame లో పెట్టామో ఆ frame number ఇక్కడ update చేయండి. Then invalid bit ni valid చేయండి. You make the changes to the page table entry, then that particular instruction will get executed, right? So this is how your virtual memory will be represented. So ikkada manam virtual address space unte, that address space can be maintained like this ma. So this is your program data and code, and along with this it is using two data structures. One is stack and heap, right? And you are having a big hole ante empty space idi. When you are loading more processes, the stack can be extended in downwards and the heap can be extended in upwards. So that way you are going to fill your virtual address space. Addressing manam, we are starting from 0 to max. And from bottom you are giving the addressing, right? It is starting from 0 to max, right? And here one more advantage with this virtual address space is the same virtual address space can be shared with multiple processes. And a shared pages concept you can implement here. That was represented here. See, if you can see this here, you have some shared pages. These are the shared libraries, right? These can be shared among multiple processes. This can be shared among multiple processes. So as I told you, it is using demand paging for the virtual memory management. What do you mean by this demand paging is, right? See, bring a page into the memory only when it is needed. ఎప్పుడైతే అవసరం ఉందో అప్పుడే you have to bring the page into the actual main memory. So what is the advantages is here, less IO needed, less memory needed, faster response and more users. If you are using this demand paging concept, you are having these advantages, right? So when you require a page, that means when the CPU is asking for a page, right, reference to it if it is available in the main memory. If not, if the reference is invalid, it can be aborted. ఇక్కడ మనకి టూ థింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇన్వాలిడ్ కి. ఇన్వాలిడ్ అంటే అది ఇన్వాలిడ్ అడ్రస్ ని రెఫరెన్స్ చేయొచ్చు, ఆర్ ఎల్స్ వ్యాలిడ్ అడ్రస్ కాకపోతే దట్ పేజ్ ఇస్ నాట్ దేర్ ఇన్ ద మెయిన్ మెమరీ. సో ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ దేర్ ఇన్ ద మెయిన్ మెమరీ, బ్రింగ్ దట్ పేజ్ టు ద మెమరీ. దిస్ డిమాండ్ పేజింగ్ యూజెస్ లేజీ స్వాపర్ మా. లేజీ స్వాపర్ అంటే ఏంటంటే నెవర్ స్వాప్ ఏ పేజ్ ఇన్ టు మెమరీ అన్లెస్ పేజ్ విల్ బి నీడెడ్. సెకండరీ మెమరీలోంచి పేజ్ ని మెయిన్ మెమరీలోకి ఎప్పుడు లోడ్ చేస్తామంటే వెన్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నీడెడ్. యూ డోంట్ స్వాప్ అంటిల్ అన్లెస్ దట్ ఈస్ రిక్వైర్డ్, right? So swapper that deals with the pages is called pager. You remember this term, right? Then this transfer of a page to memory to the contiguous disk memory, right? Disk is disk, right? Disk lo whenever you are swapping out a program, right, that will be swapped in contiguous locations ma disk lo, right? So that it can be swapped in easily. It can be swapped in. And the entire disk space is logically divided into pages. Logically divided into pages, right? Guys, this entire thing I will explain you on the board. You try to understand. Anyway, you got it, right? Yeah. Now see, CPU, you have CPU normally will generate the logical address, right? అందులో ఏముంటుందమ్మా, you will have the page number and offset. ఇది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, right? And I have the logical address space. This is my logical address space which will have the pages, page numbers. ఇందులో it will have the page numbers 0, 1, 2 up to V. And I have the main memory. This is my main memory. This is my main memory, right? So here it will have the frames. It will have the frames. ఈ frames లో మనం pages ని లోడ్ చేస్తాం, right? పేజెస్ లోడ్ చేస్తాం. ఈ లాజికల్ అడ్రస్ స్పేసెస్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది నార్మల్ గా డిస్క్ లో ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ అయి ఉంటుంది అంటే, యూ కెన్ రిప్రజెంట్ దెమ్ ఇన్ ద డిస్క్ లైక్ దిస్. ఈ పేజెస్ పేజ్ 1 to పేజ్ 2 అలా ఉన్నాయి కదమ్మా, ఇవి పేజెస్ డిస్క్ లో ఇలా రిప్రజెంట్ అయి ఉన్నాయి అని నేను చూపిస్తున్నా. ఐఎమ్ షోయింగ్ యూ లైక్ దిస్, రైట్? నౌ when the CPU is generating the address, ఇక్కడ మనకి పేజ్ టేబుల్ ఉంటుంది. పేజ్ టేబుల్ విల్ హ్యావ్, సో పేజ్ టేబుల్ ఏముంటాయంటే ఫర్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ ప్రాసెస్, రైట్? ఈ ప్రాసెస్ కి ఒక 6 పేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకుందాం. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 పేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి, రైట్? యు ఆర్ గెటింగ్ మీ గైస్? అండ్ ఆల్ ద బిట్ ఇన్వాలిడ్. వై? బికాస్ ఇనిషియల్ గా మనం అసలు ఏ పేజెస్ కూడా మెమరీలో లోడ్ చేయలేదు కాబట్టి. నౌ వెన్ ద సిపియు ఇస్ జనరేటింగ్ ది అడ్రస్, initially there is nothing in the main memory, it will be represented as trap, it will be generated as trap. ఇప్పుడు ట్రాప్ అయింది అనుకోండి, ఇక్కడ మనకి ట్రాప్ కి 2 మీనింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఏంటి? అది ఇన్వాలిడ్ అడ్రస్ స్పేస్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఇది నిజంగానే ఇన్వాలిడ్ అడ్రస్ స్పేస్ అయితే అబౌట్ అవుతుందండి ప్రాసెస్, ఆర్ ఎల్స్ అది వ్యాలిడ్ అడ్రస్ స్పేసే కాకపోతే మెమరీలో లేదు, నాట్ ఇన్ మెయిన్ మెమరీ. Who will verify this trap? Operating system. Whenever the trap is generated, OS will check whether it is actually referring to the invalid location or it is referring to the valid location only, but that particular page is not there in the main memory. How it is going to do it? By making use of the page table buffer register or page table length register, whatever, it will make use of some registers here and it will decide whether, okay, now in our case consider that page is valid only but not there in the main memory. So it is asking for page 3 anukundam. Now what to be done? Because it is not there in the main memory, right? It will go to the, so it is asking for page 3, no? So page 3 anukunte, right? Because it is not there in the main memory, no? First it will go to the disk, it will go to the disk, load that page into the main memory, so main memory lo manam 0 1 2 3 4 5 anukunte I am loading my third page in frame 5 lo pedutuna. You are getting me guys? I am loading it in frame 5. Ikkada pettagane what I have to do, I have to update this. So this page 3 is loaded in frame 5 and now I should change the validation bit, make it valid and restart the instruction. Instruction will be restarted. Restart aithe enti ipudu page 3 is there in the page table. Now it will not be the trap. It will go to the page table location. From there it will go to the frame number. From there it will get the location, right? It will get the location and that particular instruction will be fetched by the operating system. So this is how your demand paging will work. So దానికోసం valid invalid bit ఇప్పుడు మీకు చెప్పిన పాయింట్స్ అన్ని ఇక్కడ ఉంటాయమ్మా. Whatever the points I discussed so far, you can find those points here, right? Right? So when the each page entry is a valid invalid. Valid ante adi main memory lo undi, invalid ante not in the main memory. Malli invalid bit lo malli it will be checked whether it is actually referring to the invalid location or that is not there in the main memory. That will be verified. రైట్. సో చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఒక సిచ్యువేషన్ తీసుకున్నాడు, రైట్? యువర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రిక్వైర్స్ 8 pages. సో 8 pages లో pages లోడ్ అయ్యాయి. యువర్ page 4, page 6 and page 9 they got no sorry, page 0, page 2 and page 5 are loaded in the frames, corresponding frames as 4 6 9. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ fourth frame లో your page 0 loaded and in frame 6 your page 2 loaded and frame 9 your page 5 is loaded. See, all your pages are loaded contiguously in the disk. Why? Because to make the swapping and swap out easier. So this also I explained page fault concept. Page fault ante entante, if there is a reference to a page, first reference to the page will track to the operating system. Initially what I told you, it is not a thing. It is, sorry, it is, we are not loading anything into the main memory until unless it is called, that is demand paging, no. So initial ga CPU generate address generate chesinappudu it will create a trap. So this is called a page fault. Page fault అంటే ఏంటంటే CPU is asking for a page, that page is not available in the main memory. That situation is a page fault. Page fault occurరైనప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? That page has to be loaded into the main memory, right? You have to bring it from the disk, from main memory. That is what, right? So OS looks at the another table to decide whether it is invalid reference or just not in the main memory. About chesestadi, right? Now what you have to do is first find an empty frame, swap the page into the frame, reset the tables అంటే ఏంటంటే validate చేయండి, set the validation bit to be, restart the instruction that caused the page fault. The same thing మీరు ఇక్కడ డయాగ్రామ్ లో ఏదైతే ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశానో సేమ్ థింగ్. పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్ అక్కడండి, వెళ్ళి వ్యాలిడా ఇన్వాలిడా చెక్ చేయండి, మెమరీలోకి తెచ్చుకోండి, పేజ్ టేబుల్ ఎంట్రీని, restart the instruction, right? So the same thing will be done. This will be done when the page fault occurs. Page fault occur aithe em cheyali, right? The same thing what I explained you just now. So when you are restarting the instruction, right, the entire block is moved back and auto increment or decrement the location, right? Instruction. Then idema sequence of steps what I have shown you, the same thing he was given here. First thing ఏంటంటే, when it is asking for a page, first it will be checked in the page table. Page table లో చెక్ చేసిన తర్వాత trap OS will decide whether or it is there in the disk. Okay, disk లో ఉంది, disk లో ఉంటే ఏం చేస్తాం, disk నుంచి మెయిన్ మెమరీలోకి పెట్టుకోండి, మెయిన్ మెమరీలో పెట్టుకొని then what you have to do is you have to reset the page table, దాన్ని validate చేయండి. Validate చేసిన తర్వాత restart the instruction. When you are restarting the instruction, it will not be a trap because it is there in the main memory. Directly it will get the access to the main memory, it will get the corresponding frame number, right? It will get the corresponding frame number, add with the offset value to get the instruction, right? That is all about your demand paging. Guys, demand paging is clear for you all? Yes? You understand? Anil? Yes. Okay, Nana. So we are done with demand paging concept now. Let's move to the page replacement algorithms. So అసలు page replacement algorithms ఎక్కడ వస్తాయి అంటే, I will show you. See, మనకి ఇక్కడ main memory is divided into frames. I'm sorry. See here, your main memory is divided into frames, no? Right? ఇక్కడ మెయిన్ మెమరీ ఏదైతే ఉందో, it is divided into frames. మనం when the CPU is requesting for the pages, we will be loading them, right? లోడ్ చేసిన తర్వాత let's consider your main memory is filled, అంటే ఫ్రేమ్స్ అన్ని allocate అయిపోయాయి. Requesting for another page, CPU is requesting for another page. You are getting me, guys? The CPU is requesting for another page. కానీ ఇక్కడ మెయిన్ మెమరీ ఫిల్ అయిపోయింది. What to do? You have to take one of the page out and load the new page in. అవునా కదా? You have to do like that, right? You have to take one of the page out and load the new requested page. So మరి లోపల ఉన్న ఫ్రేమ్స్ లో what page has to be taken out? What page has to be taken out is decided by making use of the page replacement algorithms, right? It is based on the page replacement algorithms, right? Yeah, page replacement, right? So in the page replacement, I told you, right, how to do it, right? So what um, how we are doing is we are simply modifying the page fault service routine, right? By including this page replacement, right? Page fault, ఎప్పుడైతే పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్ అక్కర్ అవుతుందో, రైట్, పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్ అక్కర్ అవగానే ఏం చేస్తాం మనం, we will search for the page. ఆ పేజ్ నాకు మెయిన్ మెమరీలో లేదు లేదు అంటే పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్. Then you have to bring that into the main memory, right? So to bring that into the main memory, you have to include this page replacement. And here one more thing, we'll be using a separate bit here. You call it as modify bit or dirty bit, right? Which will reduce the overhead on page transfers. As I told you, మనం ఫస్ట్ చెప్తున్నప్పుడే swap in swap out takes so much time. Why? Because you have to write the entire data on the disk మళ్ళీ, అవునా కదా, it is nothing but transferring. But here if I am using the dirty bit, with this what I can understand is what pages are actually modified, what pages are not modified. So which are modified, those only will be written to the disk. Those only will be written to the disk and update out there. Remaining will not be updated. They will simply removed. They will simply removed from the main memory. They will not be written to the disk. Why? Because they are not having any modifications on the pages. If there is modifications, though, then only it can be written to the page. So at the end, when you are performing the swap out, what has to be taken? That will be decided based on this modified bit, right? Now, need for page replacement. Need for page replacement is nothing but, right? So this is the logical memory for user 1. This is the logical memory for user 2. Now, right, you have to load this instruction. The program execute అయినప్పుడు there is a statement called loads for some instruction, right? And when the CPU is asking for this, it is not available in the memory. It is not available in the memory, right? Then what it has to be done? It has to be loaded into the main memory from the disk. You have to load it onto the disk, right? The same thing నేను ఏదైతే చెప్పానో, రైట్, మెమరీ ఫిల్ అయిపోతే ఏదో ఒకటి తీసేయాలి కదా. ఇక్కడ ఈ హ్యాస్, రైట్, ఫైండ్ ద లొకేషన్ ఆన్ ఆఫ్ ద డిజైర్డ్ పేజ్ ఆన్ ద డిస్క్, రైట్, ఫైండ్ ఎ ఫ్రీ ఫ్రేమ్. ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ ఫ్రీ ఫ్రేమ్, యూజ్ ఇట్. ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఈస్ నో ఫ్రీ ఫ్రేమ్, యూజ్ ఎ పేజ్ రీప్లేస్మెంట్ algorithm to select a victim frame, right? Bring the desired page to the free frame, update the page table, right, and frame tables, and restart the process, right? Now coming to this, when you are finding the victim has to be swapped out and swap in the desired thing. When you are swapping in, update that into the page table. Update that into the page table, right? You are getting me, guys? So because you are taking out from the main memory, make it as invalid bit. Why? Because that was not available in the main memory now, because you are swapping out. When you are swapping out, it change its bit to invalid. What you are swapping in, make that particular page valid bit to valid, right? Now coming to this page replacement algorithms, right? How you have to design the page replacement algorithms is you have to reduce the page fault rate. What do you mean by this page fault rate? And page fault requires swapping in and swapping out. So you have to find some replacement algorithm in such a way that you have to reduce the number of swap in swap outs. That means reducing the number of page faults, right? You're getting me, guys? So how you are going to evaluate which replacement algorithm is better is evaluate the algorithm by running it on a particular string of memory references, right? and compute the number of page faults on the string. So this is your memory references ma. You are executing a process. That process is having 5 pages, and how they are calling the pages is in the sequence. First it will call the page 1, it will call page 2, 3, then 4, then 1, then 2, like that. It is having the memory references. This is how you can take the reference. So here you have, he is showing you that if the number of frames are increasing, actually in actual case, if the number of frames are increasing, number of page faults will decrease. Number of frames are increasing, number of page faults. Number of frames అంటే ఏంటంటే how many frames the main memory can accommodate, how much, right? So in this, the first one is FIFO. You have the first replacement algorithm as first in first out, the FIFO replacement algorithm. So how this FIFO replacement algorithm will work is, so he has shown this example with 3 frames and 4 frames. Ikkada main memory can accommodate 4 frames ma, here main memory can accommodate 3 frames only. So for this given reference, with the 3 frames it is giving 9 page faults, with the 4 frames it is giving 10 frame frames, right? And why I am showing you this is to tell you that your first in first out algorithm is suffering with Belady's anomaly. Belady's anomaly ante entante normal గా ఏమవ్వాలి, ఫ్రేమ్స్ పెరుగుతుంటే నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రేమ్స్ ఆర్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్, యువర్ పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్ షుడ్ డిక్రీజ్. బట్ విత్ ది ఫస్ట్ ఇన్ ఫస్ట్ అవుట్, వెన్ యు ఆర్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ ది నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రేమ్స్, యువర్ పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్స్ ఆర్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్. సో దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ Belady's anomaly. In actual case, normally if you are increasing the frames, page fault should decrease. But if you are using first in first out, where the number of frames, more page faults, right? You are getting me, guys? So this is the problem. Remember this sequence, guys. You should tell me what is that sequence is. ఎందుకంటే వైట్ బోర్డ్ మీద నేను సాల్వ్ చేసి చూపిస్తా how it can be done like that. ఫస్ట్ ఐ షో యూ. లేకపోతే ఒక పని చేద్దాం, I'll take this example. అక్కడ ఒక మెమరీ రెఫరెన్స్ ఇచ్చాడు కదా, I'll take this example and I'll show you how to do it. You can solve the same thing for this problem, right? First in first out, the name itself is telling you whatever the page you are loading first, that has to be swapped out first. Very simple, right? Whatever the page you are loading first has to be swapped out first. That is first in first out. ఇది క్లోజ్ అయిందమ్మా ఇందాక ఎందుకు, రీఓపెనింగ్ that. సీమా 1 2 3 4 ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఇక్కడ ఫ్రేమ్ సైజ్ 3 తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, రైట్? ఎంత టైం తీసుకుంటాం అబ్బాయి? Loading. You understand my concept, right? Whatever the page loaded first will be taken out first, right? So you try to solve it for this sequence with the frame number 3 as well with the frame number 4. Cheyandi. Take the sequence 1 2 3 4 1 2 5 1 2 3 4 5. So first memory empty untadi kabatti when you are loading the page 1, it is 1 page fault. You are loading 2, second page fault. Loading 3, third page fault. Now main memory is full. When you want to load 4, you have to swap out one of the thing. స్వాప్ అవుట్ చేస్తేనే పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్ మా, అదే అందులో లేదు అంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు స్వాప్ అవుట్ అండ్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్. ఉంది అంటే యూ నీడ్ నాట్ టు స్వాప్ అవుట్, నో దెర్ ఇస్ నో పేజ్ ఫాల్ట్ హియర్. ఇదేంటో ఒక్కొక్కసారి భలే సతాయిస్తుంది నన్ను. ఈ అల్గోరిథమ్స్ ఒక్కటి చెప్పేస్తే యువర్ యూనిట్ విల్ బి ఓవర్. లెట్ మీ మినిమైజ్ all these. Yes, ma, someone take the sequence, tell me. Someone on your mic and tell me what is the sequence. Guys, please note down this sequence and you please tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So ikkada size vachesi 3 అనుకుందాం. మెయిన్ మెమరీ సైజ్ విత్ 3 అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇట్ కెన్ అకామిడేట్ 3 pages because the frame size is equal to 3. So initial ga చూడండమ్మా, initial ga for what page it is asking? It is asking for page 1. So there is nothing in the main memory. So you have a page fault, right? Page fault occur avutadi. So page fault 1 and 1 is loaded. 1 is loaded. Now it is asking for 2. 2 is there in the main memory? No. Again, one more page fault. By making the page fault, load page 2, right? Now it is asking for 3. It is there? No. Then one more page fault. 1, 2, 3. Next it is asking for 4. Now because the main memory is full, it is right, the main memory is full here, which now you have to find the victim, and you have to take one of the page out to load the page 4. So because I am using first in first out, right, first in first out, among these 3 which arrived first, 1. So now I have to replace 1. I have to replace 1 with 4. So one more page fault, right? Now 3 is there. Now it is asking for 1. Now it is asking for 1. Now what has to be replaced? 1 is already replaced. Now I have to replace with 2. So 4, 1 and 3. One more page fault. Right? Now what is asking for now? It is asking for 2 now, right? So now I have to replace. 2 will be replaced with 3. 4, 1 and 3. Right? 4, 1, I have to replace 3 with 2, no? 3 is replaced with 2. Now it is 4, 1, 2, right? Now 5. 5 is not there. So then what has to be replaced? 4. What has to be replaced? 4. 4 is replaced with 5. So one more page fault. So 5, 1, 2, like this. Now it is asking for 1. 1 is already there, so no page fault. Now it is asking for 2. 2 is already there, no page fault. Now it is asking for 5. So which has to be replaced? It has to be 5. Um, 1, 2, 5, right? They are loaded like this, no? 1 is already there, so no replacement. 2 is already there, no replacement. Now 3 has to be replaced with 1. So 5, 3, 2. Now 4. 4 is replaced with 2. 5, 3, 2. So page fault, page fault. Here one more page fault. Next you have is 2. This is 4. 2 is replaced with 4. Then 5 is already there, so there is no replacement. 5 is already there, so there is no replacement. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 9 replacement you are getting. So the same thing you try with frame size 4. You understand my first in first out? Guys, you understand the first in, first out. So I told you to do it with page 4, frame size 4. Why? Because with the frame size 3, I explained you. I know you are getting echo. My Yes, ma. Can you able to see what I have written? I solved the problem. That sequence 1, 2, 3, 1 to 5. Some sequence is there, no? That sequence uh, sorry. Yes, ma. You understand, right? That first in, first out. So I will give you one problem. You try to solve that, right? Whatever the problem I just told you, this problem. Take down the problem. I don't know my screen is visible to you or not. I don't think so because it got disconnected now. I will tell you the problem. Just take down the memory references, ma. Not visible. I know. I know. Take down this problem. I'm explaining. I'm giving you the memory references, and you try to solve that using the first in, first out. And you please tell me how many page faults you got. How many page faults you got by using this first in, first out, right? Yeah, 701. Write down the memory references. 701, 203, 042, 303, 212, 01701. I am repeating again. 701, 203, 04, 230, 321, 201, 701 with the frame size 3. With the frame size 3. You please solve it using first in, first out. And tell me how many page faults you got for that problem. Clear, Noma? You you got the memory references, right? Are you solving? Yeah, once again I am repeating, or else I will type ma 701 203 04 23 03 212 01 701. With the frame size 3. Yes, Abhinav, let's see the other answers also. Why the people are leaving? They don't want attendance. లేకపోతే 2 గంటలు కూర్చోలేకపోతున్నాం. What is the problem with first in, first out, guys? It is suffering with Belladis anomaly. What do you mean by Belladis anomaly? Normally, when the frame size is increasing, decrease. But using this first in, first out, or first come, first whatever, first in, first out, the number of page references will be increasing. Page when the frame size is increasing, number of page faults also is increasing, right? So that is the problem with first in, first out, right? So you have one more algorithm, that is optimal page replacement algorithm. The second one is OPT, optimal page replacement algorithm. So it will never suffer from the Belladis anomaly, right? So how it works is, you have to replace the page that will not be used for the longer period of time. Remember, guys, here what you have to do is you have to check with the next references. In the next references, which was the page that was not called for the longer period of time, that has to be replaced, right? It will guarantee that the lowest possible page fault rate for a fixed number of frames. So for the same example, we will see, we try to solve it using this optimal page replacement algorithm. I think you understand the concept, right? You have to replace a page which will not be used for longer period of time, which will not be used for longer period of time, right? So if you could able to solve it, you do ma. I'm restarting my system. I'll restart I think and solve this chupista. Why? Because you are left with only two topics: least recently used and optimal. Right? So I remove chepeste, your fourth unit will be over. So I require only 10 minutes time, but my system is giving me problem. I don't know. The enter resolve it's I'm not able to do it. What we do here is, let me restart my system. If you can solve it using this optimal page replacement OPT, మీరు ట్రై చేయండి అమ్మా. ఏం చెప్పా OPT అంటే ఏంటంటే, you have to replace the page which was not asked for the longer period of time, which will not be asked for
longer period of time, right? So with that, you are supposed to replace the pages. Yes, ma. Solve చేశారా? You try to optimal solve చేశారమ్మా? Can you able to do it? Please respond. Yes, very good, Abhinav. And the third technique is LRU, least recently used. Least recently used, you are supposed to replace. LRU means. Only difference with first in, first out and least recently used is, right? You have to check in the previous references and among which was least recently used, that you are supposed to replace. For 5 minutes, Amma, nenu connect avutanu. I'm connecting through my laptop. If you could do it, okay. Otherwise, I will show you in 5 minutes, right? It will be over. How many of you able to do the optimal page replacement? You can respond in the chat box. How many of you able to do the optimal page replacement algorithm? Okay, okay, ma. Optimal ante em ledamma, which was not used for the longer period of time. Future references lo mana memory lo unna pages lo deni replace cheyali ante future unna references lo edaithe last varaku call cheyaledo adi